I am doing some really overdue unboxing of some trading cards that I have been collecting. This is definitely different than the other content. I'm in a new place and have a new collection of things that I want to share. So lately I have been into 2026 Marvel Chrome. Sorry for the movement. I'm still trying to figure out my setup. Marvel Chrome Topps trading cards, right? Like, think about like superheroes and stuff. You'll see here in just a moment. And so I decided to do these videos in a based on who they sent from. So I've been getting most of these orders from, or have been doing auctions on a website called WhatNot. And I actually also ordered some, like a box of, there are 3 types of boxes that you can buy as a consumer. Blasters, which are the affordable one that if you find them in stores usually go for about $40. Then there's a mega box, and those usually go for about $69, $75. And those you can actually get on Amazon. I think maybe the blasters too, I'm not sure, probably. And then the big one is the hobby. And I think retail or MSRP for that is $300. And I think you can get that even like at Disney, because of course Marvel's owned by Disney. But if you try secondary markets in most websites, you're going to probably pay a lot more than $300. And the reason why it's so high is obviously the collectible and the opportunity to get some really big hits in some of these packs. So that's where this is coming from. What I do, or what WhatNot does, is there are 2 different kind of ways that you can bid for these kind of cards. The first one is it's PYC, which pick your character. And so a merchant or a seller will have a list of what their breakdown is for particular individuals. Have a spot for Hope Summers, have a spot for Emma Frost, have a spot for Ant-Man. And then you go in there and she'll run the auction. And if, let's say you really want Ant-Man, then you'll be the highest bidder for that. And then when she opens the pack of cards or the box of cards or whatever they might be selling that day, or up for auction, if Ant-Man appears and you won that spot, then those Ant-Man cards are yours. So your fingers are crossed that you're going to hit something big, and you won't have to spend $300 if all you really want is Ant-Man. So that's one version. The other variation is kind of like a lucky wheel, right? So you'll bid for a spot, right? And so you're bidding against everyone, 5, 10, whatever. And if you win, then a little wheel comes onto the screen with a list of the available characters that haven't been selected yet. And it will land on one randomly, and then that's yours. So it's a little harder if you are looking for a specific, obviously, because it is random. I guess maybe the pro of that would be that, let's say you want Wolverine, he's a hot commodity, Spider-Man, and you happen to just bid, let's say $20, that's a really big spot. And you just got it for a lot less than if you went and paid or picked your character and bid against other people who really, really, really want Spider-Man. So that's why that sometimes is a win-win for you. I've done a little of both. I have kind of gravitated to a couple sellers in particular. So this one that I'm going to show is, I have 5 from a company called Backyard Breaks, or a seller on WhatNot called Backyard Breaks. And some of these might actually not even be in order. Some of them might just be a giveaway, because a lot of the times what the sellers will do, obviously they want to keep you in, they want you to keep watching and keep bidding, keep your interest. They will have giveaways during their show. And so I think some of these might be just a giveaway. So this is not a giveaway, but I'm already excited because for this one, I won the spot that's Artist Auto. So I'm really excited for that. Let me, one moment, I want to show my address information. Okay, and let's see. I'm just gonna cut this open, cut all these so we can go over them together. I'm gonna turn that over this way. Some merchants will have a specific spot, like for a letter. So, for example, I've seen like up to 300 spots, meaning like 300 characters, and that's a lot, right? Sometimes a merchant will, or a seller will do like all the letter E's, and it will be, I think I did do one of those. This one I got all the E's, and that's, or E's and F's are grouped together in this case, and that would have been Electro, Enchantress, Eternity, Evangeline, Exodus, Echo, Feral, Forge, Franklin Richards, and I also got all classic comic book covers and all Meanwhile inserts on this one. So there were probably E characters that are bigger that were separate from the group, but that's pretty good. So that's also a good way for you to win more characters. Like, let's say in my case, I want to have a complete set. So that's one way to do it, is the letter spots, because of that possibility. We're probably going to save this one for last, so. And then this one. Okay. Okay, so let's do this one first. This one I actually, it's probably a while back. Again, this is a long overdue. And this one I got all classic comic book, and Artist Auto, and Thanos, but I don't think they were really opening a lot of boxes, so it was pretty inexpensive. Oh, wow. Okay. So I got a really good hit, and so I'm really super excited. Let's see if I can open this. Well, this is Thanos. Nothing is in a top loader, so I already can have an idea. It's probably, they're gonna just be typical cards, which, by the way, like, look at the art on that. So I don't even think I have either one of these. This is obviously a dupe, but this is a fanfare. It's a little thicker than a typical card. And Thanos on the Beyond. I'll do a separate video where I show you all my hits, or the big ones I've gotten, which, trust me, I'm really super excited about that. I'm gonna just set them down here for a moment. I'm also gonna set that over there, plus these, because that's crazy. It looks like this is just a pack of base cards, because nothing doesn't even look like it's in penny sleeves for this, so this is just regular stuff. Some merchants or some sellers will vary what these are called as base cards, because there's no number and there's no specialty. It's kind of very common. So Blade, Doctor Strange, Evangeline, Invisible Woman, Wolverine, Kraven the Hunter, and Hallows Eve. So that's an odd one. I think this was just a random base, because the letters don't really match, and I wouldn't have gotten just that. So I'm not sure, but I'm gonna set those aside, and let's do this pack next. It looks like it's the smallest, or smaller of them. All right, cool. This one is just one card, And it's Medusa on the icons, which I believe I have. Over here. Which, yeah, I'm pretty sure I have. But this is foil Medusa. Some of the packs, like I mentioned, have exclusives. Like the blaster will have, I think, Fantastic Four anniversary cards. The megas will have anniversary X-Force cards, which, you know, obviously that's the one I would prefer myself. And then the hobby, well, number one has more cards per pack and more oh yeah. That's a hit. There is an artist autograph, Arthur Adams, and there is Wolverine. Arthur Adams, New Fantastic Four #1 variant. It is, I don't think it's numbered, but that is really freaking cool. Is it numbered? No, it's not. Okay, so there's that. Let's get to the other ones. Let's do this one first. Looks like we've got a couple here. I don't even, okay. So we have another artist auto. This is Ron Lim. And it looks like that's Thor. Let me set this to the side. Thor, Ron Lim, authentic Marvel comic, Thor #1 variant. And next, this one is really a lot more fancy in the sense that it is Paul Pelletier. And what makes this one extra is it is the Hulk 59 out of 99 with the green foil. So it is a color match. And that is the Incredible Hulk number 635. Wow. And the last one in this grouping is Adam Kubert, forgive me for that pronunciation. And that is Return of Wolverine #5 variant. This one is, I'm just making sure it's not numbered. So hopefully I've been in camera. My apologies, y'all, if I wasn't. But again, wow. So those are my 4. And then let's open this pack up. That one on top is bonkers. I don't even know what to say. So let's save that. I did really well on this bit. I think I only spent $12, and so I got some crazy hits. I know y'all are gonna be jealous from that, but this is Steve McNiven. Again, my apologies, sir. And that is Peter Parker, Spider-Man. This is Civil War #2. Oh, wow. This is Ariel Diaz. And it is both, Black Hat and Gwen Stacy. I'm not sure. Green foil, kind of like the Hulk. Obviously not color match in this case. 25 out of 99. The Amazing Spider-Man #20 variant. Y'all are gonna, I'm sure, roast me in the comments, and fairly so, because I don't know who this would be in particular, but wow. Wow. Assad Ribic. Again, my apologies to you, sir, if I said that incorrectly. That's a very unique signature. Fantastic Four number 6. Silver, no, not numbered that I can see. Wow. Next is Shang-Chi, 25 out of 50 on gold foil. Beautiful signature. Jim Chung. Chuang? Cheung. I really need to pay better attention to the artist names, but amazing. Wow. I have 2 more. Out on, is that blue? I think that's blue. Yeah, you know what? Portacio is the last name. Wilche, I'm gonna assume. Wilche, and it's 36 out of 75. Bullseye and Daredevil, I am pretty sure, at least in this case. Daredevil number 1 variant. And again, I am so sorry. If y'all do know the correct pronunciation, you'll have to spell it phonetically for me. I went from not having any SIGs to having all of these. I am, oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. This is, Visage variant, a varied Visage. Sorry, I'm 1, the Alpha out of 25, Magneto in the orange, with Bella's signature. These are, there is another one that I did get out of a mega pack that I will show in the hits. You'll probably see all these again because yowza. Woo. Yes, varied Visage, Magneto, the Age of Apocalypse, and Bella Racklin. All the X-Men pretty much have a card. I'm sorry, not all the X-Men. All the cards that are of her are the Age of Apocalypse variation. So that's amazing. And the last card, which, I mean, I didn't really think I'd ever get, is a dual auto Green Goblin, facsimile auto, Green Goblin and Harry Osborn. Now, obviously, those are not real signatures because they're not real people, but they make a card of that. And it is numbered, silly me, 10 out of 25 there at the bottom. So, wow. Topps Chrome facsimile dual auto card from 2026 featuring Green Goblin and Harry Osborn. So amazing hits. I know, I don't know what my plan is with them. Some character, like I don't know. Some characters I'm obviously more connected to than others. So my instinct is to keep, right? You know, especially for those of you who know me, I love the X-Men and mutants in general. So I'm more inclined. Some of the others, like that is amazing. This is amazing. And, you know, with the movie coming out, hello. So there'll be some decisions to make, but I'm very thankful. And the fact that I have such a big spread, and now I have, well, you don't know this yet, but I have 2 of her autos. I'm blown away. So thank y'all for watching. Sorry for the longer video. I will do another unboxing of a different seller that I have some stuff with, but I'm super enthused. So thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later.